back to Night Mind,
Hey, buddy.
friends.
What's up?
I'm glad you could visit the office again this evening.
That's right.
Do you like
Not
the
my
ambience?
first rodeo.
Are you feeling comfortable?
You said that
Good.
weird, kind of like
Our
sexually.
topic for tonight
also,
has
but
to do with
yes.
comfort.
Deal.
This game I found is a long-standing subgenre of online horror storytelling.
You've seen some of
A
these
few
before.
prominent examples you may think of immediately are Ben Drown,
It's okay.
Pets Cop,
Pretty good.
Diminish, Catastrophe Crow,
Amazing.
and Buy a Bear Day.
Never heard of that one, but it
The
looks pretty
setup is
cool.
always, how would you, in a night of this growing calm and cold of the season,
Well, it's
like to enjoy
noon.
an undiscovered
night.
gem of a journey, which starts in
Sure.
an atmosphere akin to those You're in a Dream playlist videos,
Okay.
exploring a mystery alongside a single character, finding yourself in a progressively darker and more unnerving situation that's growing to envelop
So a horror
You,
ARG on
the
YouTube.
character, a game they found and can't delete,
You got it.
and all its ambient workings.
Well, we can't
from
delete it. That's
calm
crazy.
feelings to a mounting air of dread.
It's called a ransomware
The
virus.
playlist for you may also just head over to the channel if you're viewing on a device that won't access playlist prompts at this moment, and follow
Okay.
in sequential order.
You got it.
It's worth the trip. And as I always mention, nothing feels the same viewed outside of its original presentation in this field.
Okay.
Do yourself a nice, calm, cold service.
You said that weird
You
again.
rapid eye.
That time not as
sexy.
sexually,
By
but still
yourself.
kind of weird.
Go on. See what the game has to offer you.
All right, sounds good. So I already have it booted up. So it has, I guess, a couple of notes on this. First of all, it's a much bigger deal now. It does have around 15k subscribers, and all the videos have say anywhere between 20 to 40k. So Nightmind did definitely boost this, and like I said, I am late on this. So he covers in his video 1 through 11. This 12 one is brand new, and it's not going to be included in his discussion. So I almost wonder if we should watch 1 through 11 first, and then watch his video, and then watch 12. Because that would make the most sense, because he doesn't know about 12 yet. Can you guys even see what I'm looking at? Okay, you can't. Okay, so everything's still good. It's mostly the video, right?
That's scary.
With a weird,
Like
weird Final Fantasy 14 inlet at the very bottom.
3, 4, 5.
If this ends up getting clipped, I'm gonna have to explain that.
Yeah, I mean, if this is it, it kind of makes for a boring mystery. But
True.
I'll play around with it a little bit off camera.
We just got, you have to
anything
wait
interesting
7
happens,
days.
I'll-
It's like that one Japanese
I'll upload
game.
another game pretty much every day. just to
By
see
the soundtrack of this menu genuinely hurts my ears, but I think that's the point.
if anything's. Yeah, this is what I saw. I mean, this is not like the first episode.
Oh, it's like the Outer Wilds. I love that game.
Okay.
I've never played that game. As far as I've seen in terms of the quality of the assets, I actually don't know if this person is a game developer by trade or if he is a storyteller by trade and he just happens to be making stuff in Unity. Because everything he does seems like he can probably do with a template and some assets, some free assets. But I don't know, because other parts of it seem like they're unique things.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is definitely the game's trying to tell me something here. So yeah.
Motherfucker
No, I mean, this is
installed
just, like-
the
it's
Taiwanese
just strange.
bootleg
That's the only way to
Windows
describe
copy,
it.
and
This is
now
just
he
weird.
done got this.
Oh, there's a note. Okay.
It's like the 8 pages.
I don't think I missed it. I feel like I would have noticed.
It's a Slenderman.
Okay.
All right, this guy, as a fair warning, he does not read any of the text, so I'll do it for him. Do you know the difference between envy and jealousy? Envy is when you want something that someone else has. This feeling buries itself deep inside you and will never let you rest until you obtain that thing. Jealousy is when you feel threatened by something you have. Oh wait, fuck. I just. Jealousy is when you feel threatened that something you have will be taken by someone else. Which do you have? That's what it says. That's probably how he's reading it in his head. We just can't hear him. It's real
Slenderman
edgy,
or something. You know, this definitely has that vibe to it.
Oh, he said
but
Slender. He
it's a
said
nice
Slender
little
the 8
lesson on-
pages. He mentioned it.
All right, let's see what this one says.
You long for it. You envy it. The peace and tranquility of this place and that. But you'll never get it. Well, he answered it for you. In the last page, he was like, "Do you feel jealousy or envy?" Well, I mean, clearly he feels envy. I mean, is it an either or? Do you feel both? Is it a trick question?
I mean, yeah, no, that's not a very nice note. Okay, these two big conclusions leaving these notes.
True.
I'm sorry. I'm treating this like it's a let's play, right? This is not a let's play. This is like an investigation. But still, I'm gonna make this comment.
He says that, but he has the most let's player microphone I have ever heard from one of these people who do these videos. Do you remember in Petscop where the dude's microphone sucks shit and you can barely hear him half the time? That was like the point. This guy has like the professional Markiplier tuber audio setup.
But I am betting there's gonna be something with the tower. Because I mean, you don't just put a giant jiggly tower there for no reason.
The truest thing this guy has said, and the one thing that makes me feel like he might actually be a game developer, is that he refers to PS1 graphics as jiggly, which they absolutely are.
You know, for the amount of walking you do in this game, the sprint could just be, just a little bit faster. But
I think the comment that I was thinking of is in here. It's this one. This series' greatest skill is understanding the importance of a protagonist who is just a silly little guy.
I'm not going to complain about the mysterious game that can't be deleted that appeared on my computer one day. I mean, that was a pretty good movie, but I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to tell me here.
Oh, As Above, So Below? I like the short film better. The feature film wasn't as good, but the short film was actually pretty good. That was the one that started as a short film, and then they made it longer.
Look,
it's like the French catacombs one, and I think it started with the one of like the guy like that was a found footage movie, right? The guy like freaking out in the middle of the caverns and he like sees stuff and he's like running and scared, and then they turn that into like a full ass movie, and every time because the problem with horror is that it's a format that has to be short. Like, past a certain length, past, like, 30 minutes, this stuff stops getting scary. It just does. So, I feel like pretty much any time, like, the Guillermo del Toro short, and that one is particularly interesting, because I think he directed both the short and the film, or maybe, I don't know. I think it was the guy who made both of them, and then the full featured movie wasn't as good, even though it still had the same crew and everything. Same thing with the Skinamarink guy. I feel like his feature-length movie wasn't as good because he just pads it out to whatever, like, hour and 30 or however fucking long that movie is. Anyway.
I don't really see it.
I also want to point out, if this was me, I would be stuck on that for, like, 4 hours because I wouldn't know that you could go into the water. I would just assume, because there's no jump button, that there's probably guardrails stopping you from going into the water. I would have been stuck forever on this.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, sure.
This is the most silly little guy speak I have ever heard in my life.
Okay, yep. There's no, like, level select. There's not even a pause menu. I can't even, like...
Oh, that's not going to pass QA if it doesn't have a pause menu.
No, it's a parking lot. These are where you park your car.
No way.
I mean, sure, yeah. Okay, yep. I've been in one of these before.
Yep, that's right.
Parking lots are not supposed to be creepy. Okay, I don't know what kind of Silent Hill fog we got going on here. But...
video game reference. We're getting a video game reference counter. So far, he's done. I don't want to say Fortnite. He has not mentioned Fortnite. I don't know why I think he mentioned Fortnite. Absolutely not. He mentioned Slender the 8 Pages and Silent Hill. And if you're counting movies as well, As Above, So Below was also one.
That almost got right by me.
No souls for miles and miles. That looks like George Bush. Do you see it? There's the eyes. There's his little smirk. There's his head. There's his balding hair. These secrets aren't getting past me.
And there's no answers. And it's starting to really kind of bother me. I mean, it's interesting. But why is this on my computer?
Do you know what else is bothering me? I haven't gotten a single level up in botany yet.
I'm gonna hold down the sprint button. This is taking a while.
Now that I'm thinking about it, those footstep noises, I think that is an asset in Unity. Because I think I heard the wind noise and the footsteps. Remember all the way back when we still did Indie Game Roundup, there was that one PS1 game we played where it was like the thing where he was like in the Arctic and he was stuck and like all his friends were dead and he had to like get out of the middle of the snow. It had a sprint button and it also had footsteps and wind noises that sounded exactly like that. I almost wonder, could it be the same developer? Could the person who made this series be the same guy who made that? That would be crazy. I don't think that's true. That would be crazy if it was.
I'm just gonna go past. You know, I don't really care. So yeah.
Damn!
Sign.
Owned! Junk! Shawty got him acting wild. That's a dinger. Excellent. KO.
There's another one. I mean, to be fair, I did not.
Somebody in the comments mentioned something that I thought was kind of interesting. So while I was gone, you guys saw the part in part 1 when he said, "Oh, I had to reinstall my computer fresh and still there. I don't know why it's like this."
I even went as far as to do a complete fresh install of Windows. As you can see, I mean, everything here is brand new.
In this video, you can see in the taskbar, there's now OBS, which is set up, as well as he clearly installed VLC, because I don't think VLC is installed by default on Windows, and Chrome is also open, which means that he's now started using this browser, and that is a good touch, because the first video, like I said, the first video was clearly a VM, and he's got to be using the same VM for this. I don't think he stopped using the VM. So it's a nice touch that he did actually start installing stuff that would be like real on a person's computer.
I did not make this, and
this is also a cute touch for the game that he just in the game's files it populated this video. I feel like this is a cool thing to do if you're making a video game. For you developers out there to just have like, oh, I'm stuck. What? There's nothing here. It's just a giant wall, and then you close out of the game, and all of a sudden you look at the files of the computer, and all of a sudden there's a video there. It's like, that video wasn't there before. That's strange. And you click it, and it's like a hint of what to do.
I have one just like this, or well, it looks a little bit different, but yeah, it's.
I will say it's interesting, and I don't have any. I haven't seen deep enough to see if this leads anywhere, but he's been saying quite interestingly that things are familiar to him, even though it's not really something that you would bring up. Like, he said the parking lot was familiar. It's like, yeah, every single parking lot looks like this. And now he's saying the radio is familiar and that he, quote unquote, has one just like it. But then he takes it back and he says, well, that's sort of well, I mean, I have a radio, but like, it's interesting that he says things look very familiar and then he takes them back. I wonder if that's an actual story thing or if that's just him being a silly little guy. He is a cool dude. Radio out.
Well, that's interesting.
Guys, we have to protect radio at all costs.
I don't know what conversation we butted into there, but I find it strange.
Which bugs are edible and which ones aren't.
A person talking. You know what I mean? I mean, I understand it's just a dialogue. It's not like there's not an actual person in the game. But it is very
foreshadowing?
Weird.
Question mark?
I thought, you know, I want to say I'm ready for anything, but I'm not. I'm really not.
That's what I say when I'm in the
I'm excited to see what this machine does. I think I can hear something actually.
It's like a guy like the charming little handsome boy of the frat group gets in with like 2 black escort ladies, and that's what he says when he enters the room. And when I reopened the game, I was brought back to the ocean level again. This looks like the oh god, what is that series called? The Marble Hornets PowerPoint interludes. You guys know what I'm talking about?
So I've been kind of hesitant to play again, especially given the fact that I don't know, I've been busy with other things, which is kind of why this has taken so long, but I think I'm ready to jump back in.
I'm ready to jump off the battle bus, so to speak.
So this is where I left off. I think...
Is that him? Oh my god, that sounded like my door was opening. Jesus.
I went over that at the end of the last episode.
So, was that always there? That the water wave sound? I don't remember that from the first. Was that always? Am I crazy?
Brought back here after. Well, I'm not really sure how to describe it, but whatever that was.
That sounds really weird.
I know where this leads.
I can hear his mouse and stuff too now. It almost sounds like, I don't know if any of you are getting this vibe, Because this is what freaked me out about it. It almost feels like somebody's like behind him, opening and closing a curtain. That's what it sounds like.
I'm kind of running out of ideas.
My
If this
God.
were a
Oh my God. I had the thing. Do you guys ever have the shit? Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. When your hair moves on its own, because it's like you pat it down and then it just starts going back up again and you can feel it. That just happened to me. I don't like this. We're already off to a bad start with Rapid Eyes number 5. I'm starting to feel it. With as many jokes as I'm making during the series, I'm beginning to feel it, and you can tell. Although good news though, we're almost at level 85 in Final Fantasy XIV Botany, which means that once we hit level 85, we can start mining something else that's not carrots, and it means that we're in the home stretch to reach the level cap, which is of course level 90. Just a little update for you still, for those of you who care.
There will be something back there. I swear to you. At some
It's like what Adam Boyce said about the gamers and waterfalls. There will be. That's foreshadowing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I gotta figure out what's going on here. I gotta see this thing through. I'm not turning my computer off.
So this is really interesting. Once again, this is something I didn't get deep enough into this series to know whether this is on purpose or not. It's almost as if, cause it's like a double entendre sort of thing, where it's like it's just pausing the ... giving you a chance to close out the window, and then when you don't close out the window, it just knows you haven't closed out of it, and then it says fine. But it almost seems like what it's implying is that the radio can actually hear him talk. Because there's also the point before this, like a little bit before, when the radio's like, "Oh, you want to talk about your favorite food or whatever?" And the guy doesn't say anything, and then he just says ... The guy never says anything, and then the character just moves on. So it's almost as if it's implying that the radio itself is hearing what he's saying as he's doing these videos. But once again, I don't know if I'm reading too deep into it as of right now, because we're too early on, but that's another cool little detail if it was true.
I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to mean, but wait, what?
That font too, isn't that in a puppet combo thing, or like some sort of similar game like that? Is that another pack? I don't know. I'm starting to see shit.
Yeah, I can't even. Yeah, after the shenanigans in the last episode, I shouldn't be shocked anymore. Yeah.
Shenanigans is such a silly little guy thing to say. So I think this is the deepest I've gotten on here. I think this is the farthest I've gotten.
Well, I will see you guys in the next level.
So
blue. It's under the water. Okay, I will see you guys in the next level.
So at this point, I now know nothing further.
It's like a note board, but all the notes are like 2D. There's one note I can read though, so I mean, might as well.
You spent so long in places like this daydreaming about how hungry you were. But it wasn't just food. It was the hunger for things you can't have. Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Things you'll never have. Those are the things that make you so fat. He's calling him fat. Jesus, kind of a dick.
That's kind of mean.
True.
Wait, so does that mean... I feel like I do know where we are, actually.
What?
Take a look in here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We're in a school.
Okay.
I probably should have figured that out, but...
That's another weird phrasing of that. See, he's done that 3 times now, where he's been like, "Oh, this looks really familiar." I mean, it looks familiar as in like, it's just like a thing that like everybody knows, right? Like we all knew. Like is that not weird the way that he's describing that? Am I just going crazy? Am I crazy talking right now? Yeah, you have to read him.
Feed him. Super mean.
Talking about.
Oh, him. Okay. Yeah, I can see the resemblance. Okay, well, I guess... I mean...
Some Baldi's Basics ass shit.
And you happen to be in luck, because I have
already
located 3 things that you could munch on. Although, I guess that... I'm assuming this is a soda.
Wait, bro, you're breaking gamer rule number 1. The note told you not to feed him. So what you do is before you feed him the items, you see if there's another entrance or something else you can do before you feed him, because that might lead to the bad ending. You don't know. Okay.
I'd hang this up in my bedroom. I'm not joking.
That's the merch after this series gets really successful. That's the merch that he's trying.
Burger. Okay, pizza burger.
I did it like I did. Oh, that's cool.
Maybe
Me and this guy, we're on the same wavelength, honestly. I don't know why you guys are complaining about me making fun of this series.
crayons for.
Say, it says don't feed him. You have to.
What do you call the thing after dinner?
What?
God, why do I not remember this?
Dessert?
Dessert.
Okay.
Yeah, crayons for dessert. That's. Oh, okay, sure, man. Yeah, okay.
Very loud.
I'm gonna start running now. I don't.
You fight,
this way.
bro. You got the bad ending. Let me give you some pro gamer tips. Okay, first of all, the thing I just said. You should have said, since the note said don't feed him. That means you have conflicting narrative messages. You should have checked to see if there was another thing that you could do. If there was more ways to progress than besides feeding him. Okay. Gamer tip. Gamer tip number 2 is that if you were going down that route, you should have collected all 3 items at once. You should not have done 1 item at a time. Or at least try to see if you could get all 3 items at once. Which is the soda, the pizza, and the boiga. I think he got... Actually, did he? Wait, maybe he did get all 3 of them. I don't remember. I thought he just got the burger.
Get me out of here ASAP. Thank you very much.
This guy gives such Let's Player energy. I don't believe him. The Markiplier's intern made this video.
The thing is, stuff like that doesn't normally affect me very much.
Is this just him making a Zhao Zhao Man video for the rest of this?
This just feels
just him staring out at the ocean, going like, I love playing video games, but sometimes that's like some Zhao Zhao Man shit.
A while back, my Roblox account got deleted for no obvious reason.
more personal, I suppose.
Personal.
I don't know if that's just because
He's gonna.
this program is installed on my computer and, I can't find any evidence of it online.
Or
I don't know. It might have to do with the fact that I kind of recognize these places, which is weird.
yes, solid, got him.
Because the logical
Never say I'm overreading into things ever again.
part of my brain understands. I've never been
That feels
in places like this. The
so
forest level.
satisfying.
I've never been somewhere like that. The parking lot. I've never been somewhere like that. And the
But you
school. I've
just
definitely
said.
never been somewhere like that. But they're all places that I have gone to.
Yeah.
Just don't look like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like it might just be.
But what do you mean when you say that? What does that mean? There is one thing I did also notice watching this. So of course the series is called Rapid Eyes, right? Of course, rapid eye movement, REM sleep is when you dream. There's another thing which I made a stupid sissy hypno joke about, but was actually relevant to the plot, and I should have brought it up. It was the hypnopod thing. Where of course, hypnosis. This one's a little bit more of a stretch, but hypnosis, hallucinations, dreaming is a hallucination. It is sort of like hypnosis. That one's, like I said, it's a little bit more of a stretch. I also think can we do some quick research here? Is the prefix hypna, is that actually more specific to sleep? Well, so I'm not crazy, by the way. Hypno, which I said was hypnosis, it actually that prefix actually does mean literally to sleep. So the hypnopods or the hypnopods, that was related to sleep, actually, just 100%. I thought it might have been relevant to hypnosis instead, but I think it is actually a sleep thing. And of course, the series title, Rapid Eyes. So I'm getting
Human brain doing.
what I'm thinking he might think is that he's saying, "Oh, I've never been here before, but it looks familiar." It might be a reference to dreaming. Is what I would guess.
Has not been great from my mental state. Don't get me wrong, I'm doing all right, but you kind of start thinking
It's
about
the
it.
classic. It's the classic ARG player mental deterioration. You're just a weak little boy, all right? If I had a virus on my computer, I would be doing a lot better. It actually might. Now that I'm reading into the sleep theory, there is a very popular type of dream that I have certainly gotten. I imagine you have all gone before as well, because it's very, very common, of something bad happening on your computer, like a virus or some sort of like creepy screamer or something. and you try to delete it or shut the computer down or just like pull the cable out of the socket for the computer, but it just keeps going. That's very relevant to the point of this series where it's an app on your computer that you can't uninstall. So you can kind of see the dream sort of relevance there as well.
To be a little bit too much. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
What?
Sorry, I got a Discord message.
What? Oh, shit.
It's funny, I got a... Yeah, okay, I get it. Stop messaging me.
Oh, shit.
It's funny I got a Discord message right as I'm talking about it potentially being a prank. I can assure you that message has nothing to do with Rapid Eyes.
That has everything to do with Rapid Eyes. Hold on, that's very, very interesting. More theory crafting here for a second. First of all, that's continuing on. So that earlier thing that I mentioned must be 100% true. That he's building, you're supposed to be paying attention to the fact that he's building this computer over time. Because in the first episode, it was just like a clean Windows install. In the fourth episode, we saw that he had VLC, Steam, and Chrome installed. And now he's explicitly hinting at the fact that he has Discord installed. Another thing, I don't know if the messages are going to go somewhere with that, or if it's just like that's the purpose of that scene right there, is that to know that the computer is, not the computer is building itself. That sounds weird, but the guy in the comments said more smartly. He said the computer is being lived in, or the OS is being lived in now, which is a nice detail.
Either I'm going crazy, which, hopefully is not the case, or there's like a ghost in my computer.
What the fuck? That got me. That's the first time anything got me in this. That actually got me. Or maybe, perhaps, you do not understand what is happening yet. Nope, buddy, I figured it all out. I know. It's dream-based nightmares, Freddy Krueger shit. You could just skip me to the final level of the game because I already know all this. But that is because it is not for you. See, it's based on his dreams, and that's why it's familiar to him. So he dotted because he knew that what I just said was right. It seems that the player does not even read my notes. True, I had to read it for him. So me and him are buddy. We're gonna betray this silly little guy and put his silly little ass in the trash can. But we still have to protect radio at all costs. That is important.
Because okay, one time we jumped into the ocean, and then the other time the entire thing went on its side. So I don't know.
Can you still jump into the ocean? Use your gamer intellect and gamer experiment. It's the back rooms.
What? Really? The back rooms?
It's the Skibidi toilet back rooms.
You know what? I don't know, let's give it a read.
Oh, I have to. She's making me read the notes again. Okay, fine. I know you know this place. Liminality in its purest, most stale form. He got that off the Aesthetics wiki. The robot ghost computer started reading the Aesthetics wiki, and he's like, "Oh, I know you humans think the back rooms are very scary. I know you think liminal spaces are quite disturbing. I've read about it on the net. Find all my notes and perhaps you will learn." So he's like trying to learn how to make a horror game. This is actually really cute.
Well,
like,
that's
it's like the ghost just found out how to use the internet. He's like, okay, so what scares humans anyway? I don't actually know.
That's pretty.
Oh, they like playing games where you collect pages and a monster chases after you. I'll keep that in mind. She should have never been created. Thank God her signals cannot penetrate these walls. Like I said, we have to protect radio at all costs. Protect her smile. When are we seeing radio porn on the bureau?
Sure.
Sorry, Boru. I don't know why I said bureau. This is a funny one. Wait, I want to read this in the voice. Oh, it's still playing. What the fuck? This place perfectly represents how much of a failure you are. The infinite hallways, buzzing lights, and stains form such a strong connection to you. Our infinite golden spiral of failure, with you at the center. I watch from above. I love how the villain in this is corny as fuck. All of the characters in this series are like some Undertale shit. You cannot take any of them seriously. Another representation of your failure. Your giving up. When will you learn just to stop?
Is this not enough for you to keep failing over and over and over? Why do you try so hard when so many others do it so much better?
He's talking about him trying to be a YouTuber. It's talking about how shit your ARG is. But which, hold on, by the way, I don't think this ARG is that bad. I'm saying the character thinks it's bad. I want to clarify, the character thinks it's bad.
I don't need to take this. I really don't.
Hey, you didn't read the caller. You should see what the caller
I
said.
feel like it's
A gamer tip: don't leave loot unattended.
whatever. I'm just gonna move on. We're just gonna keep going.
What was that noise? That's fucking with me, man? I don't know if he's like just really good at putting weird noises, or if I'm just starting to see shit.
Okay, sorry about the little cut in the video. I had to go take care of something, but
That was him. Shut up. Was it?
okay, sorry about the
That
I'm just gonna move on.
noise?
We're just gonna keep going.
That was. That's him. I'm not crazy. That's the sounds in the video that I'm hearing. Okay, this whole time I was like, what the fuck is that noise? There's a knock you hear right before it cuts.
Whatever.
And that's the same knock that I heard. That freaked me out.
Whatever. I'm just gonna move on. We're just gonna keep
Right
going.
there. Did you hear it? I don't know. Actually, with the volume of the video, I don't know if you can hear it. There's like a knock
Whatever. I'm just gonna move on. We're just gonna keep going.
right there, right between the 3 seconds and 4 seconds. You can hear a knock, and then it cuts. So that must be what he's talking about.
It just drops into the void.
Oh, you should drop down there.
Okay.
That'd be funny. So you make progress.
I feel like I just shouldn't.
I thought he was gonna say, I feel like I just shitted.
Screw it. Whatever. I don't care.
Wait, no, because I have to read it, because you're not gonna read it. Hold on. Can I not do the voice? Can I stop it? The voice is starting to get to me. Can I just read this normally? Oh, whenever dead end, how pitiful. Do you ever think there is a point to your journey? A reason for you being here? Or are you just too much of a goddamn idiot to realize who put you here? Sorry, I had to... Every time I read something, I have to read a new voice. You should give up again. And yet, you cannot, can you? You can only fail at giving up. You can only fail at giving up. Alright, there we go. This is a guy. If I saw these notes, I would be like, this is a corny motherfucker. You are dumb.
Can't stop myself from just continuously playing this game.
To his credit, it is, ransomware on his computer that he can't get rid of. So, he doesn't really have that much of a choice, just because it's like, it's like stuck on his computer. Like, he can't really quit because it's just like always there. So I think it's kind of fair that he keeps going back to it.
Why does it all feel so personal? I'm getting sick of it. I'm starting to feel like someone's fucking
What the fuck was that? That's the...
with me. And
7 out of 10 acting, but it was pretty good. I do like the touch there. He clearly practiced that. See, that's the problem with getting mad in a video, is that if a person was actually mad, they wouldn't be using indoor voices. I see this is a problem in children's YouTube videos all the way up to adults. They always use the inside voice when they get fake mad for their acting. But if you were really mad, you would be waking the neighbors. I know you don't want to wake the neighbors, because then you'll get in trouble potentially. But if you really want to act, you gotta wake up the neighbors. It's the only way, or just not do the
I want
getting
to
angry part.
apologize. I usually try to keep pretty chill.
He's gotta cement his status as corny white boy. So there were parts of that rant that were interesting. He said, "Oh, I don't like how personal this is getting. I think it's related to, he mentioned he has a history with back rooms. There must be something in these notes that this person is implying that we don't quite know of. When he says giving up, it might be referring to something more personal than just like continuing to use, because like you keep giving up on using my crazy mystery app. Like, that's not very, like, if I saw that, I'd be like, okay, whatever, you stupid dumb wizard Gremlock man. It might be that he's hinting on something else. Maybe my current theory going on is that this is a little bit of a meta. And it's like, this guy himself, this character, is an ARG creator / game developer, and he's referring, the demon inside his computer is referring to him giving up on his like game projects or ARG projects or something like that. It doesn't really make too much sense if he's just referring to the game as it is, because it's just like whatever. It's like a weird app on my computer, and I haven't really been giving up on it. I've just been like, doing it once in a while. So it's like, whatever. You're just kind of like a dick. Like, it wouldn't be that upset over it if he's just talking about the app, right? It's just like, whatever. He's got to be referring to something deeper that's between him and the main protag.
Leave the area? I don't know why the wall got knocked down.
This really is the Undertale of the Undertale of horror ARGs. I feel like this one's gonna be big with the Tumblr people in a couple of months.
Hello, hi.
Oh, hi. God, I love her. Now this is a radio you can marry.
I swear I just saw it move. Okay, whatever.
Do you think they're going to Arif the piano?
Let's get going.
Sorry, the radio, not the piano. Well, they can't Arif the radio because there's no competing female interest. The reason the Arif def works in Final Fantasy VII is because even though Cloud is so distraught that his girlfriend died, he still has Tifa. Unless the phone comes into play, which I mean it could still happen. That's a pleasant noise. Nice little ambience. Nothing wrong here, really. Ow.
Hi.
Oh, it looks so nice.
I'm kind of documenting this because I've been working on a game recently, and I kind of wanted to upload some videos to YouTube of just me playing the game and me kind of like a devlog, I guess.
Oh.
I've never developed something like this before, so I'm excited to show it off. Although I don't actually think anyone will be watching these videos.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we were right on the money. With what I said there, that there was something implicit. It is a game meta sort of thing. That's a killer skybox. Whatever you got for this is a great skybox.
Body. There's a big tower at the end, and I'm not entirely sure what.
Hey, I know something about making Unity games with towers in them. Let me just say that. Wink.
It's gonna be for yet, but it certainly is interesting. But I kind of like to put things together before I figure out what they're actually going to do. So, but yeah, this is the first level. I'm gonna be showing you all of them. I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I have 4 so far. So yeah, let's get into the second one.
Okay.
I'll show you that right now.
The parallel universe?
Okay, this is the second level. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, this is a lot more detailed than the last one. That's because, well, I followed the tutorial for this, so...
and I was right on the money for that one as well.
There are some
these are assets. Oh, God.
A bit different from what the tutorial taught. Like, for example, I made it daytime rather than nighttime. And then I've got this little campfire, too, that also part of the tutorial. I don't want to steal credit or anything. I'll probably link that tutorial down below in case anyone...
Oh, it was made in God at... Oh, I'm so... Whatever. Wait, was I right on the money for the assets? Oh, baby. Wind noise? Shut up. I got everything. The other noises? What about the shader that he's using? Or are these all... These are just different, No, he's putting these through a shader or something. By the way, I'm saving this website. Oh, this looks like, Sprites resource. Interesting. So yeah, these are all just pre-used assets, and he must be... Okay, interesting. If an asset tutorial audio sound effect does not appear here, it was made by me personally. You got it, buddy. Okay, sorry. This is a little bit metagaming. This is either parallel timeline, or maybe this is like years before.
Interesting stuff down here.
What I'm getting the vibe of right now.
Lockers, because every school has lockers.
True. So, Actually, that's not true. I have never been to a school of lockers before. Yeah. Not one of my schools had lockers.
First one, they're very much just prototypes. Also, it occurred to me.
Hey, have you ever considered making a level in your game that kind of looks like the back rooms? Because I think that's a pretty big deal right now. There's a lot of people playing.
I've kind of loved developing stuff. I've always wanted to make games, so it's always kind of been...
So the implicit thing there that actually made the guy mad wasn't about him not being able to beat the game, it was about him not being able to finish his game. And we got a banger track in this one. Sounding like that new Playboy Cardi, am I right, fellas?
Whoa, whoa, okay, calm down, calm down. Chill.
Uh-oh.
Yeah? What's going on?
No,
Okay.
my hot radio girlfriend is now betraying me.
I'm not sure. Well, I can reply.
Yeah.
You just can't hear me.
We'll see. Unless the gimmick is that because last time we were talking about, oh, can the radio hear him through his microphone, and then that was quickly shot down, or the radio can hear him through his microphone, but he has to just pretend like, she has to just pretend like she can't hear him. That could also be good. It could also be the. I need to throw all my cards out on the table so that when the end game comes, at least one of my theories will be right.
Oh. Okay. I guess I will talk
Is
to
this
you later then.
is this the betrayal moment?
Yeah, I mean, okay, this is...
That's why you can't
I'm
trust
noticing
hoes.
a pattern. Okay.
So
Thanks,
Skibidi
I
toilet
guess.
to the
A mysterious
radio, the
voice
cameraman.
on the radio who isn't the radio.
If the
person
radio
named
is
radio,
if
that
the
I
radio is the
expect- okay, you know
cameraman,
what?
then the
You know what?
Skibidi
I'm
toilet
not gonna
is
say
the
it. I'm not gonna say
green
it.
radio
I say it
setting.
every time. I'm not gonna say it.
His fear was probably way better.
Well,
I
you
did
know
not. I
what?
talked
A
over
new
him that.
distraction on top of
I talked over him that entire time. He probably had way more of an intelligent thing to say than what I just
the
did.
distraction. This is an island.
I think I've seen this island
We're
before.
on- we got a little island here.
This is like a. This looks like the
I mean, cool.
There's a default map, and I want to say Cry Engine 3. That kind of looks like
I guess. I'm struggling with these sayings. I don't. Yeah. No. Okay. I'm
Start
doing them
bringing in
fine.
a Zoomer lingo. That's what I
It's an
do.
Off day for me, I guess.
Damn,
I
this
don't-
place got the
I don't like
Phantom
look of
tax.
The walls, by the way, they're not quite.
This
okay.
place has
Yeah, it's
got
starting speed
to
up,
be
isn't it? Okay.
no
Yeah,
cap.
no, I don't like where this is going. Oh, there's a note.
This, sorry, didn't want to interrupt. Balmora cave system. Specifically, no, it's more like, you know how you get closer to the volcano, everything starts to turn like really ashy and black? All the dungeons in that area have this sort of theme to it.
That's kind of.
That's another note. Uh-oh. I wonder what evil bad man is trying to tell me this time. And get a new Windows install, go to Best Buy, just get a new laptop.
Just leave me alone.
That was more inside voices. That's it. Let's go to back now the Nightmind video, who covers everything we've seen so far.
An anomaly demanding attention.
Which, by the way, I'm sorry, that's like the least intimidating. Well, maybe that's the point, actually. I was gonna say that's the least intimidating icon ever, but maybe that's the point to get him to click it.
Oh.
Because we're starting off with pretty easy stuff.
This is not the type of experience for constant commentary. The
Oh, but
moments
he
of
does.
silence allow us to talk. The
Don't
atmosphere
worry, if
given
he's not commentating, then I am.
sets a typical
If
idea
this-
of the
If this level is supposed to be Slender Man, and there's that later level that's supposed to be into the back rooms, is that all on purpose then? Could it be that all the levels are based on different horror games? We just didn't notice? Because, I mean, during the parking lot, he does say Silent Hill. During the school section, he did not say anything, but I did make the claim that it looked like Baldi's Basics. I don't know if that's true, if that's supposed to be what that is. But I guess it does count.
relationship as the game runs, or guides to the experience you'll never
Couldn't
see.
be me.
Rarely commentating and instead being a service vehicle to the game.
Could not be
They
me.
do not entertain, excite, or entice, but they do make you comfortable and
It's
present
not-
the work
do you-
almost as if
I
they're
make you
laying out
extremely
curiosity for you
uncomfortable.
to- We needed to feel this place, to gain a sense of it without being directly told what to experience by the player, who hinted at it but had their own doubts.
Yeah, see?
In the walkthrough, you gain that idea.
He
of
got
being
this.
in a
He got
peaceful
this even
place.
earlier. When did I say that it was all stuff that he recognized? Or no, I think I did at this point because he did say something. He mentioned something because I remember before the school. It might have been this then, or maybe during the parking lot. Oh, it might have been the parking lot was when I was first like, that doesn't make any sense, because he said like, oh, this parking lot looks familiar, and I was like, it just looks like a fucking parking lot. What are you talking about? That was the first red flag moment where he said that, I think, for me.
That it is an antagonist or mystery figure present in the work. and what it is being referred to.
It's the
Peace,
red evil
tranquility,
text man,
and why not?
as I
Now that
personally
number
refer
3
to him
picks
as.
up on the board, the player spends a bit of time exploring options aloud for what this could mean, before deciding to take action on the most obvious course.
So let's
It wasn't that obvious. Like I said, I'm so bad at these riddles in games. I would have been there for like 10 minutes. I would not have known that I could, because I would have just default assumed that there was an invisible barrier around the pier. I wouldn't have guessed that I could go under it.
Lore in the note is particularly unexpected. What follows is a unique update from the player.
We
The
never
discovery
came.
of a video
We never
on the
came
computer.
back to that so-called lore either. The hypno thing. I don't know if that's an actual in canon sort of thing, or if it's just like something that they mentioned early on.
Depicting the parking lot, marked as a demo.
Because of course, the sleeping thing is still definitely a big part of this, with like rapid eye movement and everything.
Oh, the
But
player showed after a lot of running and ignoring several stop signs once again. The player reaches the machine, now functional.
so who, if oh my god, I hate that stupid notification. I'm sorry. If the evil red text guy wants to torture this dude for whatever reason, I'm assuming it's like his sleep paralysis demon or something. Who's making the stop signs? Cause is that just like a not double entendre? What's the word for like reverse psychology? Is it a reverse psychology thing from the sleep paralysis demon, or is it a third actor at play who's actually trying to get him to stop?
thing through. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't note board those.
Right
Why
for
did-
us to make a judgment. call.
Nightmind, why did you tell
It's
me to
clear
go
that-
watch the series for myself if you're just gonna put the entire
This
thing in
is an
here?
antagonistic force.
The more I look at this is why it looks like Baldi's Basics to me. This was made in MS Paint in like 20 minutes max. That is circle tool, curved line, and then a bunch of jagged edges, and then the paint tool a couple of times.
Parking lot.
Oh, we need to talk about this. I didn't realize this at the beginning. I did not fucking get this reference when I think I said like, "Oh, this is weird. Reminds me of something." Do you know what this is? This transition? This is the fucking transition from Metal Gear Solid, the Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid V. This is, you remember when we played this game on stream? I should have fucking known this. When I don't remember if it was actually Ground Zeroes or the Phantom Pain, but the transition where you hear like the machine gun fire and like the people like screaming and dying and all the explosions, and all it shows is this and like a couple of lights in the background, these blurred lights, but this is like the transition for it. It looks exactly the same. Exactly the same. That must be what the scene is. Dev2.png. Kind of reminds me, hold on. Give me a second. Tutorial level of, is the first driver? I think it's the first driver, right? Hold on. Hold. Yeah. Yeah, this. That's the vibes I'm getting from this place. This? Right here. Uh-huh. Same damn thing. It's so similar. Got that from 1, 2, 3 walls and some brick and a little bit of PS1 fog. I was like, this is the Driver 1 tutorial.